These nails took me 2 whole days. I went all out with the most extra bling duck nails using Temu supplies. But was it worth it? Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm starting off with these XXL Duck Nails and I'm sizing them out, making sure they fit sidewall to sidewall. I already did my nail prep off camera and applied a peel off base coat because let's be real, I'm not keeping these on forever. To apply these tips, I'm using base coat and flash curing them with my MelodySusie nail lamp. I actually did a review on this lamp, so I'll link to that in the description. Once everything was set in place, I did a full cure for 35 seconds. Now, I'm not really a fan of duck nails, but I can't lie, they are interesting. The shape is definitely giving Y2K nostalgia. Next, I'm buffing the surface of the nails with a sanding band to remove the shine. This helps the polygel stick better. Then I'm wiping away the dust with rubbing alcohol so we have a clean base to work on. For the polygel, I wanted to keep most of the products from Temu, so I'm using this polygel kit from a brand called Lufuana, and honestly, it's a really good brand. I'm using their nudish pink polygel along with their slip solution, polygel brush, and dampen dish. I actually did a review on this kit, so I'll leave that in the description too. Before applying the polygel, I'm adding a thin layer of gel base coat to all the nails and curing for 35 seconds. Now I'm starting with the index nail. I applied the nude pink polygel and started distributing it. This polygel is actually stiff and super easy to control. It doesn't flood the cuticles at all, which I really like. Temu has some hits and misses, but honestly, this polygel is a hit. Since this is a duck nail, there's a lot of surface to cover, so I'm taking my time to spread the polygel evenly from cuticle to tip. I always make sure to keep my brush light while working so I don't create dense or uneven spots. Once the product is on, I start floating my brush over the surface to smooth it out. Duck nails have a really wide shape, so I have to keep checking the sides to make sure everything stays neat and doesn't spill over. I also keep fixing the cuticle area to make sure there's no excess product. This helps the nails look clean and professional. Before curing, I always flip my finger over to check if the shape is maintained. This helps me spot any areas where the polygel might be uneven, and if there's any excess product, I remove it so that the final shape stays crisp. Once I'm happy with how everything looks, I check the sides one last time, remove any excess, and then cure the nail. And y'all, right in the middle of this, I started feeling so sick out of nowhere. I really thought I wasn't going to make it through this set, but I pushed through because these nails had to get done. Now, for the second bead of polygel, I have to be really careful because duck nails have a natural curve to them. Unlike regular nails, they flare out at the tip, so shaping them takes a little extra effort. I start by placing the bead right near the cuticle area and making sure it fits snugly around the edges. It's important to keep this area clean and smooth so the nails look neat and professional. Once the cuticle area is set, I start pulling the product down the nail and creating a line where the unblended polygel meets the rest of the nail. This helps me blend the new bead into the previous layer seamless. Now, because these are duck nails, I quickly realized I didn't apply enough product at the tip. Since these nails are wider and longer, they require way more product than I thought. So I went in with a little more polygel to build up the tip and maintain the shape. Once I had enough product, I made sure the surface was smooth and the sides were even and that everything looked balanced before curing again. Now, moving on to the rest of nails, I'm following the exact same process, applying my polygel in 2 beads, making sure the cuticle area is clean and blending everything smoothly. One thing about duck nails, they require way more product than I expected, since they flare out at the tip. It's easy to think you have enough polygel, but then you realize you need to add more to maintain the shape. Again, I'm making sure to blend the second bead seamlessly, keeping the surface smooth and checking the sides to maintain the structure. Since these nails are so wide, it's really important to keep everything looking even. Before curing, I always flip my hand over to check if the shape is balanced. If I see any extra product pooled at the tip, I remove it so the final shape stays crisp. Then, once I'm happy with everything, I cure again. And at this point, I was still feeling sick and honestly struggling to finish, but we are committed. These nails are gonna get done no matter what. Now that all the polygel is applied, I'm using rubbing alcohol to wipe off the sticky layer before filing. This just makes the nails easier to work with and prevents clogging up the file. I was planning to file right after, but let's just say that didn't happen. So I ended up finishing the shaping the next day and made sure everything looked crisp and clean before moving on. Before moving on, I started picking out rhinestones for this set. Since I just did a Temu haul, I really wanted to use a lot of the rhinestones from that video, so I started organizing them. I also went through some extra Temu rhinestones that I bought a while ago because in my head I wanted a lot of color in this bling set. But in the end, I barely used half of what I picked out. Once I had my rhinestones picked out, I applied a matte gel top coat to all the nails. This gives the set a smooth, velvety base and make sure the next layer applies evenly. I cure that for 35 seconds. Next, I'm using my star-shaped nail palette to mix black gel polish with my Saviland No White top coat. This creates a transparent black gel, so I don't have to apply a second layer of gel top coat later. I apply a thin layer of the black gel mix to the pinky nail and cure it. The sweet spot is 30 seconds, but I accidentally cured this one for 35 seconds and it gave me a little trouble rubbing the gold chrome into the nail. For the rest of nails, I cured them for exactly 30 seconds and the chrome applied way smoother, so if you're trying this, make sure not to over cure. Moving on to the index nail, I'm doing a French dip with the black gel and the top coat mixture. I repeated this on all the nails, making sure the smile lines are even before curing everything for 30 seconds. Now that everything is cured, I'm rubbing in the gold chrome powder over the black gel. This step is so satisfying, it really gives that rich metallic effect. I make sure to fully cover the areas I want with chrome before moving on. Now that the chrome is looking perfect, I'm sealing it in with Saviland No White top coat. Since this is a glossy top coat, I didn't want to mess up the matte nail bed and I was not in the mood to grab my nail art brush just to go down the sides. So I'm only applying top coat to the areas I can easily reach, making sure to lock in the gold chrome without scraping it off. Because trust me, that already happened off camera. After that, I cure for 30 seconds. Now it's time for my favorite part, bling. I'm using this rhinestone glue from Temu that I bought a while ago and I love that it has a nozzle tip which makes it so much easier to apply in small areas. To keep everything controlled, I'm applying the glue in sections. I start on the index nail, spreading it out with a nail art brush and then begin placing my rhinestones. For this look, I'm using the Caviar flat back rhinestones I unboxed in my Temu haul, plus some pearl rhinestones to add extra dimensions. I love how the pearls mix with the gold and crystals. It's giving Y2K, cyber glam and full-on luxury vibes. Since I'm working in sections, whenever I'm happy with a part, I flash cure it with my lamp to lock everything in place before moving on. Okay, let's talk about these nails because I'm obsessed. The way the gold chrome pops under the light, the rhinestones catch every angle and the pearls give that soft, elegant touch. It's just everything. It's giving high fashion, editorial, Y2K, bling queen, cyber princess, and straight up luxury nails. I don't even love duck nails like that, but these are next level. Would you wear these nails? Let me know in the comments. If you love bling nails, drop a diamond emoji so I know you're part of the squad. Before wrapping it up, I'm taking some rubbing alcohol and a wipe to clean up any extra chrome around my nails. This just makes everything look crisp and flawless, so there's no extra shimmer where it doesn't belong. And for the final step, I'm doing one last full cure just to make sure that these rhinestones are locked in place, because after all this work, they are not going anywhere. And look at these nails. The way the gold chrome melts into the rhinestones, the pearls add that extra elegance, and the light just bounces off every detail. This set is a showstopper. It's giving runway couture, futuristic glam, iced out royalty, and full-on statement nails. The type of set that makes you want to talk with your hands just so people notice. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that button because I have even more stunning sets coming up, from soft, elegant designs to over-the-top bling. We're covering it all. You don't want to miss it.